Glad you're here. If Medicare started pulling more money out of your Social Security check this year, and you cannot figure out why, here is the answer almost nobody gives you straight. There is a surcharge built into Medicare called the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, the IRMAA, and it does not look at the money you have today. It reaches back 2 years, to your 2024 tax return, and sets your 2026 premium off of that. So if 2024 happened to be an unusual year for you, if you sold a house, retired, or pulled a large chunk out of an IRA, Medicare is charging you right now for income you may not even have anymore. For some couples, that is close to $8,000 in a single year, and there is a free one-page form that can undo it. Watch how the money actually lands on you. At the higher brackets, that surcharge adds $324.60 to each person's Part B premium every single month. For a married couple where both are on Medicare, that means both of you get hit. Your standard premium of $202.90 becomes $527.50 apiece. Added up across the year, and one home sale back in 2024 can cost the two of you nearly $8,000 in 2026 alone. That is money coming straight out of the check you live on, month after month, for something that happened 2 years ago and is already finished. I am going to show you exactly why this happens, the one form that reverses it, and the single mistake that gets most people's appeals thrown out before they ever have a chance. Before we get into it, subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. The rules around Medicare and the IRS change constantly, and when they change, nobody calls you. Medicare does not send a letter explaining that a one-time event 2 years ago just raised your premium, or that you have the right to fight it. They adjust the number and expect you to already know. What I do on this channel is read the actual rules and tell you what they mean for your check in plain English before the money is gone. The people who subscribe stay ahead of this. The ones who don't tend to find out after a whole year of overpaying. Start with the thing that makes all of this possible, because once you see it, the rest clicks into place. Medicare does not bill everyone the same. Most people pay the standard Part B premium, $202.90 a month in 2026. But if your income is above a certain line, Medicare stacks the IRMAA surcharge on top of that. Here is the part that ambushes people. The income it uses is not this year's income. It is the income from your tax return 2 years back. For your 2026 premium, Medicare is looking at what you reported for 2024. That 2-year delay even has a name inside the agency. They call it the Lookback, and it means the premium you are paying today was set by a version of your finances that may no longer exist. For most retirees, that lag is harmless. Your income in 2024 looked a lot like your income now, so the number lands right where it should. The trouble starts when 2024 was not a normal year, and for millions of people, it was not. Think about what can spike a single year of income. You sell the family home after 30 years, and the gain lands on that year's return. You retire and cash out unused vacation, or take a severance. You convert part of a traditional IRA to a Roth. You pull one large withdrawal to redo the roof, or pay for a grandchild's wedding. Any one of those can double or triple your income for a single year, even though your everyday money never changed. And here is the cruel timing of it. That spike does not raise your premium in the year it happens. It raises it 2 years later, when the cash is already spent and the whole event feels like ancient history. The home sale is the one that catches the most people, and it is worth slowing down on, because most people believe they are protected when they are not. You have probably heard that a married couple can take $500,000 of profit on their home, completely tax-free. That is true. It is a real rule, and it is generous. But notice what it actually covers. It only shields you from income tax on the gain. It does nothing for IRMAA. Any profit above that $500,000 still counts as income on your return, and Medicare counts every dollar of it. Run the numbers, and you can see how fast this happens. A couple who bought their home decades ago for under $200,000 and sold it last year for $980,000 has a gain of nearly $800,000. The first $500,000 is excluded, just like the rule promises. The remaining $295,000 still lands on their tax return. Stack that on top of their normal retirement income, and a couple who usually lives on $85,000 a year suddenly shows a 2024 income of around $380,000. They did not get richer. They sold one house, the same house they had lived in for decades. But on paper, for 1 year, they look wealthy. And Medicare believes the paper, and that paper number stings for a reason. The IRMAA brackets work like a cliff, not a gentle ramp. Go $1 over a threshold, and the full surcharge for that bracket kicks in all at once. There is no easing into it. For a married couple in 2026, the surcharge starts the moment your 2024 income crossed $218,000, and it climbs in steps from there. Our couple at $380,000 lands several steps up, in the band where the surcharge is $324.60 per person per month. And this is the part people never see coming. It is charged per person. Medicare premiums are billed to each spouse on their own, never as one household bill. So when a couple's joint income crosses a line, both spouses get the surcharge, side by side. That is 2 surcharges every month on the same one-time event. $324.60. Each works out to a little over $649 a month, added on top of what they were already paying. Across a full year, that is nearly $8,000 from one home sale, and the same income spike quietly raises their Part D drug surcharge as well. So the real total runs even higher than that. Think about what $8,000 is in a retirement budget. That is a full year of groceries for 2 people. That is a used car paid for in cash. It came out of their monthly check, a few $100s at a time, for a sale that was already behind them. So is that simply the price of selling a house in retirement? It is not. There is a form built for exactly this situation, and it costs nothing. It is called Form SSA-44, and the full name tells you what it is for. Medicare Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. Life-changing event. It is 1 page. You can download it at SSA.gov or pick it up at any Social Security office. What it does is straightforward. It tells Social Security that your income has dropped since that 2-year-old tax return, and it asks them to set your premium using your real, current income instead of the old spiked number. You give them your estimate for this year, you attach proof, and they recalculate. If your income now is back under the threshold, the surcharge does not just shrink. It can come off entirely. Here is the question you should be asking, because this audience always asks it, and you are right to. If Medicare is overcharging you, and they already have your newer tax returns, why don't they just fix it themselves? The answer is the whole point of this video. They will not fix it because the law does not require them to. The system is designed to run on that 2-year-old number, unless you formally object to it. There is no automatic review. There is no clerk who notices your income fell and sends relief. There is no letter offering it. The form has to come from you and from nobody else. Now here is the mistake that gets people rejected. And this is the most important 90 seconds of the video, because almost every other explanation of this form skips right past it. Form SSA-44 only works for what Social Security calls a life-changing event. And there is a specific, short list of what counts: marriage, divorce, the death of a spouse, you or your spouse stopping work, you or your spouse cutting back your hours, the loss of a pension, a settlement payment from a former employer, or income property destroyed by a disaster. That is the entire list. Look closely at it, because here is the trap. Selling your home is not on that list. A capital gain from a home sale, all by itself, is not a life-changing event in the eyes of Social Security. They treat it as a voluntary financial choice, not an event that happened to you. So the person who sells the house, gets the bigger premium, and files Form SSA-44 with the words home sale written in the box, gets a denial letter in return. They did everything they thought was right, and the form bounces because a voluntary sale is not one of the qualifying events. So how does anyone actually win this? Because the home sale almost never happens by itself. The same year people sell the house, they very often retire. And retirement, what the form calls work stoppage, sits right at the top of that qualifying list. So the move is not to appeal the home sale at all. The move is to file Form SSA-44 citing the retirement, the work stoppage, and then show Social Security your current income, which no longer has that one-time gain inside it. The retirement is the key that opens the door. Your lower income is what walks through it. Get that order right, and the very same form that would have been denied gets approved. Now, you might be thinking none of this helps you, because you sold the house but you did not retire, and you have no other qualifying event. That is an honest position, and here is the honest answer. If you truly have no life-changing event, Form SSA-44 will not work for you. And I am not going to pretend otherwise. But you are not stuck either. The same 2-year lookback that trapped you also rescues you, because your 2025 income came back down to normal. Your 2027 premium will automatically fall back to the standard rate when Medicare looks at that cleaner year. The surcharge from a one-time sale is a 1-year problem, not a life sentence. So the worst case is not forever. The worst case is you ride out a single year, And you make very sure you do not accidentally pile a Roth conversion or another big withdrawal on top of it. Because 2 spikes in 1 year is how a 1-year problem becomes a 2-year one. Let me show you how this plays out for a real couple. Gerald Patton is 70, a retired civil engineer in Scottsdale, Arizona, 37 years at the same firm. In 2024, 2 things happened in his life at once. He finally retired, and he and his wife Joyce sold the home they had owned since 1990 to move into a smaller townhouse. The sale was a good one. After the tax-free exclusion, about $295,000 of the gain still landed on their return, which pushed their 2024 income to roughly $380,000. In January, Joyce opened the Medicare notice at the kitchen table. The premium read $527.50. For each of them, she was sure it was a billing error and called Gerald in from the garage. Their actual income in 2025 had dropped right back to about $85,000. Nowhere near the surcharge line. So Gerald did the thing that seemed obvious. He filled out Form SSA-44, wrote "sold our house in 2024" as the reason, and mailed it in. 3 weeks later it came back denied. A home sale is not a life-changing event. He nearly gave up and just paid it. Then a neighbor who had been through the same thing told him what he was missing. File it again, and this time check the box for work stoppage, because Gerald had retired that very same year. He sent the form back in, citing his retirement, with a copy of his retirement letter and proof of his current income attached. This time it was approved. The surcharge came off both their premiums, and Social Security refunded the months they had already overpaid, all the way back to January. One word changed in that box, nearly $8,000 saved. So here is what to hold on to. Medicare sets your premium on your income from 2 years ago, which means a one-time spike in 2024 is what is driving your 2026 bill. If that spike came from a home sale, a retirement, or a big withdrawal, and your income has since come back down, you do not have to keep paying. Download Form SSA-44 at SSA.gov today. Do not write the home sale as your reason, because that alone gets denied. Write the qualifying life-changing event, and for most retirees that event is the retirement itself, the work stoppage. Attach proof of your current income. File at the moment your premium notice arrives, not in the fall, because every month you wait is 1 more month overpaid. And once the year is gone, the easy refund window narrows. And if you are not certain you qualify, call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 and ask them to walk you through a life-changing event request before you mail anything. The surcharge will not come off on its own, and Medicare will never tell you the one word that gets it approved. You have to file the form, and you have to name the right event. That single step is the only thing standing between you and getting your money back. If this helped you, share it with anyone who sold a home, retired, or took a large withdrawal in 2024, because their premium notice is landing right now. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.